A lot of modern day women, in my opinion, have dropped the ball on their potential. They'll have all the potential in the world and they will waste it uselessly, you know?
Black Jason and Samuel's Kevin been on these boppers.
Appreciate that, Shah. They have done a lot to mess up the potential that they have due to their own decisions. And for so long, they've been able to mask those bad decisions by blaming who? The men. We took the responsibility from them. Instead of them being held accountable, it's the wrong men. Well, how long is this going to be the wrong men? How long before you realize that there's just something about you that is attracting the wrong type of energy? Take, for instance, the Bust It Challenge, right? And I'm going to do a video on Patreon exclusively on basically the slorification of America. I'm already, getting stuff together, video clips or whatnot. And we're going to delve deep into the slorification of America. Because on Twitter today, y'all know the girl group Callie and Chloe, right? Well, I believe her name is Callie. She's the thick one, okay? She decided to go and do the Bust It Challenge. And I'm telling you right now, the thirst came out of all these dudes and the females too. Because they love stuff like this. They love seeing girls that you would not think would want to be a part of that type of culture delving deeply into it. At least one of them, because I believe both of them got their own separate Instagram pages, and they sort of going in their own direction slowly. One wants to follow one path, one wants to follow the other. They may follow the same path, who knows, right? But these same females wonder why men don't respect them. They wonder why they are seen. They wonder why they're just seen as something to sleep with. And they're never able to get that elusive ring from the man that they want. You know why? Because you're too busy doing these challenges on social media. You're too busy looking for validation from men you don't know. You're too busy trying to get self-esteem boosts every day because, you hate your life. Your life sucks. I don't care how many PhDs or doctorates or bachelors that you have. It's still not going to bring you the happiness that you want. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact these women refuse to go and get treatment for their illness. Because I think there's a lot of mental illness running rampant, and it's very much so undiagnosed. Because I'm telling you right now, if you're around these particular women in person, you're going to be like, wow, this person is crazy. And you can tell they be putting up memes. You can just tell they are deeply depressed. And their only highlight in life is to bring joy, quote unquote, to other people, I guess. To get likes from other people, to see all the comments. They scroll looking for that one person that doesn't like what they say. And they'll respond to them, but they won't respond to nobody else. That's their day. That is their day. They are very much so depressed. And it's because they get to a point to where they've done all they can do. They've done all the sloring, and it still hasn't gotten them anywhere. Right? And that's going to be the future of a lot of these women. Y'all know I did the live stream. I made a clip of it about how these women are going to regret their choices as far as joining OnlyFans, because that platform in less than a year has already become oversaturated. Imagine what it's going to be in 2 years, right?
Some of these BWs say they can do bad by themselves, so we let them.
Right, we do. That's all you can do, Obi. Appreciate it. All you can let them do is grow and progress on their own if they can. That's why a lot of us as men, we have to be honest with them whether they want it or not, because honesty is the key to success. Once we're honest with ourselves and figure out what our limitations are and what's keeping us from getting to the point where we want to get to, that's when we find the success in life. We never find success in life if we are constantly complaining, if we're constantly trying to find the wrong instead of the right. And that's where I feel like a lot of modern women are. And that's why they're going to always be alone. I feel like they're going to be alone until they figure that out. And a lot of them think that they're just too pretty to not have a man at a certain point. But you're going to get to a point to where all that has run out. Okay. You're going to be yesterday's news. Nobody's really going to be sweating you like that. You're not going to get the same attention as other women. You're just going to be pushed to the side. You're going to be deemed irrelevant. You're going to be deemed as basically useless and used up.
The men they want don't want them, and the ones that do with them they don't want. If they're alone, too bad. Not sorry.
Thanks, Ray. That's a lot of them. That's a lot of these modern women. Make sure y'all like the video, like the stream too. Like the stream. And share the stream. I think that's the majority of modern women. They're constantly doing the chasing. They're being pursued, yes, but that's not a turn on for them. It's more of a turn on to chase a guy. Why do you think all these women end up in relationships with married men? Or no, end up side chicks to married men and claim they didn't know he was married? How do you think they end up being side pieces of dude who in full relationships? Or, having relations with this guy outside of his relationship? It's because they would rather have what somebody else wants, that somebody else has, instead of getting something on their own, because they're lazy daters. A lot of these modern day women are lazy daters. And they wonder why they end up where they're at home alone, drinking wine and eating chocolates and watching a Tyler Perry TV show or movie. Because they have not figured out, one, who they are and what they want long term. It's all about getting what's going on right now, right? Not properly vetting the type of men that you're with. You're not vetting them. You're just looking at how they look and what they have. Not really getting inside their mind. Not understanding who they are. And then you get disappointed. You talk about, oh, he's a narcissist. He's this and that. Okay, but you choose him. Not only are you choosing that guy, you're choosing other guys who are just like him. There's really no difference, right? There's really no difference. A lot of times, I think there's a lot of misdirection going on. I think it has a lot to do with these males who are weak, with these males who are telling these women what they want to hear. They will defend these women in their debaucherous nature because, one, they want to sleep with these women, and two, they were probably raised by women who did the same thing. So they see nothing wrong with it. They don't understand there's a time and a place for everything, and optics do matter. Optics do matter. Some of y'all may not like that, but that's just the reality of it. You may want to get on Instagram and twerk. You may even want to hop and get you an OnlyFans because you feel like it's cool. But understand that stuff follows you. You may not like it, but that's your reality. That's how things are now. You're going to have to deal with that. You're going to have to deal with that. There's a lot of slurring going on in this country, in the West. We are a nation with no leadership. A lot of the males are just weak, and they wonder why the women don't respect them. They wonder why the women just walk all over them and treat them the way that they do. Is because you won't hold these women accountable. You don't want to hold these women accountable until those women disrespect you. Now all of a sudden you want to hold them accountable. Well, where were you before all that? So now all of a sudden She shows her true colors, and now you like accountability.
The problem is they all think they are dimes. So they all try to get the best men. He will sleep with them, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. The delusion is real. And because the delusion is real, they lose a sense of reality. And they don't understand that men will sleep with anything. I don't care what these dudes will say. If these dudes are horny enough and it's late at night enough, they will sleep with chicks that they claim that they wouldn't sleep with or date. So that, you know, so that I think that also boosts the females' ego too, especially on social media. Because I've seen some of the thirst that they have for some of these extra average women on social media right now. These women who can't keep a man, but you know they're extra average, but you think they easy, so you try to give them a holla, boosting their self-esteem, you know? Because that self-esteem is dangerously low, okay? Dangerously low self-esteem. That's why, again, we have to, people talk about the wall of silence, right? We need a wall of accountability. Everywhere these women go, when it comes to us, we're always putting that mirror in their face of accountability. Because right now they're being told everything they want to hear. If you criticize Meg Thee Stallion or a Cardi B, right? It could be their music. They will attack you and claim you're a hater. Because they have a built-in group of fighters for their losing cause. They will never have accountability in their actions, right? Because you can just say something as simply as she's not a good rapper, and then they will immediately attack you and claim you're doing it because she's a woman. The shaming has gotten to some of you guys. I can see it. The shaming language has gotten to some of y'all, man. It's gotten to y'all to the point to where y'all don't even know, or not y'all know, y'all will flip on men who are just being honest with these women, with these alphas. And then you got these guys that will get in their feels because they've bought into the propaganda. They've bought into the shaming. I got daughters. Okay, well, you should be holding them accountable so that when they get older and they're adults, they're out of the house, they understand what that means. So they're not sold dreams their adult life by men who do nothing but use them. But if you want to shame other men for being honest with them, you're doing a disservice to them. You're not helping them. You think not telling them the truth is helping them? No, it's hurting them. Because if you're not gonna be honest with them, the men that they meet ain't gonna be honest with them. But they're not gonna know the difference because you haven't been honest with them and told them how the world really is and how certain behaviors aren't gonna put them in the best light and they shouldn't do it. Just like in the video that I did about Pat Mahomes' girlfriend and how she used these guys on Twitter to go at these mythical insecure men that were just going after her for absolutely no reason. You know?
They have mistaken sexual market value with relationship market value, and they hate the reality that dudes will hit it and not commit.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of them are stuck in the dating market single. And they will talk about how they're attractive, they're educated, successful, they got a nice body, but you still single because you're delusional. You think that because you look like this Instagram chick that you're supposed to have the same men that she has. And that's just not the case. You shouldn't want the type of men these women are getting. These women are getting with dirty, dizzy rappers.
Some women confuse sexual relations with men wanting to marry them, when men just